EXA version 1.3.1 introduces the powerful new sequencer interface. Sequencers can control the playback of loops, sections, and even other sequencers, making it easier than ever to build complex compositions with EXA. There's a lot of functionality packed into a sequencer, so let's start from the beginning. Use the Layouts menu to add a sequencer. It begins with 3 rows and 2 example playback areas called spans. You can move a span by grabbing it in the middle, or change its duration by grabbing its start or stop arrows. Before the sequencer can produce any sounds, however, you'll need to link each row to at least one loop, section, or sequencer. To enter linking mode, select the row's blue link button. This turns your handle into a laser pointer that you can aim at other items. If the item's border changes color, the item can be linked. Squeeze your controller's main trigger to create a new link or remove an existing one. If you link to more than one item, the sequencer row will randomly choose just one of those items to play for each new start event that occurs. Now that the sequencer has some links, let's start the playback. As the playhead moves to the right, it hits the start and stop events, and the sequencer rows send those events to its linked items. A sequencer's playback repeats within its 2 yellow range bars. You can grab these bars to adjust the playback range, and you can also grab the white playhead bar to jump to a new playback position. These 2 features are great for working on specific parts of a song. To add more spans to the row, bring your cursor near to an unused space within the row, or beyond its last span. Whenever sufficient space is available, a faded gray span appears, and you can squeeze your controller's trigger to create it. To remove a span, grab its gray middle section, pull it away from the sequencer until the span turns dark gray, then release the grab. If you didn't want to remove it, just move the span back toward the sequencer before releasing. You don't ever need to create a new row. The sequencer automatically makes a new one whenever there are no empty rows remaining. You can select this tall button to show and hide some row editing features. Grab this first button to reorder the rows. Toggle the second button to enter a name for the row. And select this red button to remove the row or clear its contents. Just like other items, selecting the sequencer itself shows its menu. Here you'll find options for preventing editing and locking the range bars, and other familiar features like exporting audio, cloning, and deleting. So here are 2 interesting things to try with sequencers. First, try linking a row to several loops, and use this to randomly generate new music. For example, this sequencer alternates between a few simple piano loops to create a new piano part that continually changes. Second, try linking a row to another sequencer. This is great for taking smaller sequencers that use short playback ranges or randomization, and then using them as building blocks for more complex sequencers. Working on the sequencer interface also led to some improvements that affect the rest of the app. Tools now get smaller when they approach an interface, which allows you to see more content and make more accurate selections of smaller buttons. The keyboard interface now appears as its own panel that you can move independently. The keyboard is connected to the button that launched it with a gray link, and there's also a new input field above the keyboard's keys. The new linking tool is an important step toward many future EXA features that require connections or relationships between items. As just one example, you could link a ringer to several other items and use those links to send commands to the items whenever the ringer is hit. This release also adds support for MixCast mixed reality. MixCast does several convenient things for you. It composes the mixed reality output within the app itself, it can illuminate the real image with virtual lights, and it has a whole separate Studio app for getting everything configured how you want it. You can check out the EXA release notes for more details. The following mixed reality music video was made using MixCast, and the song itself is included as a layout with your copy of EXA. You can find EXA, the Infinite Instrument, on Steam. Thanks for watching.